Welcome back to my wonderful, beautiful world of Minecraft here. I did get quite a bit done since the last time I talked to you guys and did any sort of content here. And I'm going to be talking all about it here soon. First things first is I want to introduce you guys to Joetta. I did manage to get a horse, and then I breeded it with a donkey and got myself a mule. It's kind of like an early game shulker box, and I kind of needed Joetta here, and Joetta has been helping me greatly. So, Joetta has enabled me to do a few more things around the world, and one of the first things you might have witnessed is this area over here. This is actually the spawn chunk, and how we can tell that is if we go over onto this line here, we're roughly going to hit 0, 0 right about here. This is pretty much the 0, 0 coordinate in my entire world, and of course I wanted to make use of the spawn chunks here. So, what I did is if we go ahead and showcase all of the chunk borders, we can see that we're in the bottom left part of the chunk. This is the middle. And we have a solid 3x3 that I've been working on flattening pretty much. I want it to be at sea level and just flat so that way I can start getting to work with some things here. And then I do have to clear out this tree too at some point. We could probably do that right now actually as well. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and just get you guys caught up with what I've been doing off camera, other than dealing with the spawn chunks and of course getting Joetta. I have actually made myself a tiny home right there. It's very cute, very tiny, and has pretty much everything that we could ever need for right now in terms of the starting part of the game. I did terraform a tiny little bit, and I think I need to do a little bit more because it just looks and feels a little weird right here. But it's a nice way to get into my house right there. We have a decorative farm. I'm not actually going to farm these wheat because I'm going to actually make farms later. We have a nice composter right there if I ever need to get bone meal. We have a little bit of decoration back here with my chairs and a table outside. An infinite water source connected to the house. I might actually replace the dirt here with some cobblestone just to kind of bring it all together and make it look less dirty, I guess. We have a cauldron here. That one is honestly just decorative. I don't know what else to really use it for. We have the typical pot design for a Minecraft decorative build thing, and I wanted it to just, I don't know, I like it for the decoration purposes, same with the barrels and everything else. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I took a little bit of time out of my day to try and build this and make sure that it looks really good. I wanted it to look a little bit more aged and torn down and rickety and that sort of thing. That's why we have a solid roof, but the roof also could use some work. Same with the things on the sides with these indents using the staircases in Minecraft. I don't know. I really like it. I love the rickety look and feel of it. And now let's go ahead and look at the interior of it too, since it is nighttime. And I do not want a creeper, because I am not going to lie, a creeper could blow up my entire situation here. But if we head inside, we have a crafting table, furnace, 2 double chests, 4 barrels, 2 barrels, a sawmill. I just called this a sawmill. I meant to call this a stone cutter, a brewing station, and then of course right here would actually be an anvil, but I don't have enough iron to actually start creating an anvil right here just yet. But it would have pretty much everything that we could need. A window here, a window here, and of course our bed, so that way we can sleep and stuff. I did move a lot of my stuff already from the church house over here too. So as we can see here, we have things like my beautiful sorting situation being the goodies in this one. We have redstone stuff in there. We have blocks in here. Meat, books, actually, enchanting stuff, plants, unused, and then over here we have like a grab it on your way out barrel, and then a miscellaneous barrel out there too. For the most part, though, with me moving my stuff from point A to point B, I have been working on organizing some things. It's not going to be perfect, though, but, I mean, any upgrade to my overall storage is an upgrade at the end of the day. Okay, now I'm only scared about one thing and one thing only, and that is any creepers that might be even relatively close to this area, because 2 things: I don't want it to blow up anything down here, and I also don't want it to blow up any part of my tiny home. It looks like we're good, though, so we don't gotta worry. Anyways, before we take Joetta on a trip back to the church and see if there's anything left for us to grab, I do want to talk about this little display of nonsense over here, too. This is only the beginning, but I am referring to this as the wall of heads. And I made sure to make it not in the spawn chunks directly, because I'm assuming that the 3x3 spawn chunks is going to be the way that Minecraft will work from here on out. I know it's not exactly 3x3 right now as of 1.20.4, but I think a future update is actually going to reduce the spawn chunk size down to 3x3. I could be wrong about that, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm just sticking to a 3x3. This gives me more than enough space to actually put some farms in a 3x3 area, and then I should be good. But yeah, these are all the heads I have right now. I think the only new ones that I got is I got a turtle one. I finally got the sheep. Did I get any other new ones? Oh, this was the mason head. I got that last video at the very end there. I don't know. I think I actually got all these heads when I was doing my last video, interestingly enough. And we, of course, did move the banner as well. But yes, I was able to move everything over thanks to this beautiful mule named Joetta. Absolutely gorgeous. We created that wall heads. We started flattening this chunk area, made that tiny home. And now what we got to do is, let's go ahead and get out of here and start heading over to our old house, being the church house. In this video in particular, though, I actually do want to explore a little more than I have so far. We're going to ignore Ugly Bridge because it's still ugly. I literally haven't adjusted it yet, and it's an eyesore, but luckily we don't have to see it all the time. But I have found a lot more caves and ravines, and there is one that is particularly close and nearby my pumpkin farm that I want to explore because it seemed to be massive, and I'm assuming that there might be some goodies in there. And I don't plan on always doing like cave explorations or mining videos or anything of that sort. So I thought, why not at the very least go on one nice massive journey into a ravine and towards the beginning of this entire vanilla series or whatnot, and then see what happens from there. But yes, here we have the parents, we have Mabeba and the donkey. Now let's go ahead and put my mule in here, and let's see if there's anything else that we need to move and relocate over to our actual house now, other than my cats, of course. Oh, yeah, and another thing is we got a new breed of cat as well. I believe it was this one. This one is my new breed of cat. So we have, I think it's like 5 breeds of the 9, I think, cats. I can't remember exactly, but we do have quite a few different cats now, which I'm very happy about. Oh, and also, if anyone's curious, I do have a mod that automatically names the babies of my animals here. So Joetta wasn't a name chosen by me. It was actually just randomly generated by the mod itself, and then named the mob for me because I'm not very creative, and I thought it would be fun. Kind of similar to how all these villagers are named something too. All right, looks like I do have enough torches on me. I don't have any extra wood, which would be very, very important for me to actually go down. So I think it's finally time that I destroy this tree. And I'll leave the beehive for now. Hopefully they don't get mad or anything if I just destroy the tree. Like, you guys can still have your beehive and all that. I'm just taking the logs. I should have taken a crafting table from my barrel at home, but it is what it is. Alrighty, so now all we've got to do is we've just got to find the area once again, and it looks like it is right here. Okay, I'm actually beyond excited for this. It felt like I did a lot more than what I've talked about and what I've shown. But I feel like that's just how Minecraft works in general. You always feel like you've done more than you actually have done or something like that. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but that's how it kind of feels. Also, I should probably look at setting up my mod here that's called Mini HUD to show me the light level so that way I can prevent all the spawns in here too at some point. That could be nice. I don't want to deal with this creeper, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. Let's deal with this real quick. Hiya. Come here, creeper. I just want to get you out of the way, please. Alright, this looks like a solid place where I should be able to get a ton of copper from, but I was mainly hoping for iron. Alright, before I continue, let me set up that mini HUD mod and make sure that this works out a bit more for me. So now, we're going to use this to help me technologically remove the ability for any mob to spawn down here, because I just don't want to deal with mobs like that creeper right there, who might just end my life. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Normally I use this for anything in regards to redstone or Minecraft technology, kind of like with farms and that sort of thing. But in this case, I'm just using it so that way I can make sure I am able to explore down here efficiently and effectively, so that way I don't die a terrible death. I don't really know if I want to grab the coal down here, but sometimes coal is nice to have in the back pocket. Not all the time, because I know that at some point in Minecraft, coal just becomes that one ore that you look at and you're like, oh man, it could have been better ore than that. Because honestly, I am a man who prefers myself this iron until I can actually make... Why was there a breaking grass noise, of all things? Was there, like, glow lichen that I broke somehow, somewhere? What just... I'm not going to question it. You know what? It's easier for me to not know what that was. Copper is always going to be good. It's always going to be useful, mainly because it can be used as a building block, which we definitely want more of. I kind of want more glow lichen too, but there's no shot that I'm actually going to climb all the way up to the tops of this cave and ravine and stuff and then actually start mining it there. All right, at this point, I'm just done looking at coal. Coal can just sit there. I might come back for it later, but Iron and copper is what I really want down here, and also to find other things. Maybe I should have done the abandoned mine shafts instead of this ravine, but I can't help it, man. It's just like the sense of exploration. I really do love the grind in Minecraft. It's actually one of my favorite parts about it. I know that some people have different things that they like about Minecraft, but for me, it's absolutely going to be things like redstone, the technology, and then also the exploration, the combat. Although I wish that there were some harder or more interesting bosses in Minecraft to fight, because I think the End Dragon is cool and all, but I think the hardest content that I've ever dealt with would have to be Bastions. So I think that having something more difficult and more rewarding and interesting and also engaging and all that good stuff would be even cooler. I know that we have wardens and whatnot, and like the ancient city and all, but that's more like a. It's not really that the enemies are difficult to handle. It's just meant to be impossible and scary to actually deal with the warden, although it still is not. Yeah, this ravine is actually massive, so I really don't know what to expect being down here. Oh my god, this thing just keeps going. You know you found a good place when it just doesn't stop. I was talking about gold like an earlier. I should continue to grab these. It's just going to be painful to try and find more in the future if I don't get them now. Alright, so it looks like this area finally led me to a dead end. And also, let me know in the comment section below what you guys do. Do you guys tend to put torches on the left side so that way you can follow them on your right, so that way you know that you're on the right path? Or do you guys just put them on the right and then follow them on your left? I only ask because I heard something about how people torch up areas before, and it seemed to be unique. I'll admit though, ever since they updated the caves, it's been harder to do that method of, oh yeah, the torches are on my left, and then follow it back home on the right or whatever, but I still do that for like the smaller, easier areas to light up. Is this like just multiple ravines connected? Because I'm getting the feeling that that's pretty much what I'm dealing with here. Having another area to go for lava is always a good thing. Alrighty, nothing will spawn directly down here, so it looks like that's all good. I don't know how much copper I realistically need, but having a good amount is always going to be a good thing. This just makes me wish that I had my better tools already. Because then if I had my better tools, I'd have things like Silk Touch, Efficiency, Fortune, all the goodies that would make mining less necessary. I do have some TNT for TNT duping and whatnot, though, which is always going to be a good thing, because that means that I will be able to make tunnel bores in the near future, which will definitely streamline this entire mining process, but nothing is perfect. If you guys don't know what a tunnel bore is, don't you worry. I'll definitely show tunnel bores in the near future, because I want to mine without actually having to try too hard to mine. Other than the whole exploration purposes here, I feel like another reason why I'm actually here is because I really want to just get more pieces of iron. I know that I can just go and slap some iron golems up at the top area wherever. That's not what I want to do. And speaking of abandoned mine shafts, I guess we have a completely new one that we just stumbled onto. I guess that just means that we're going to have to explore that. I might have to light up the area near it, though, first, and use that water here. Okay, I'm a little bit concerned about how this water is flowing, but we should be okay. Yeah, alright, let's turn back on the light thing. I don't like to have it on all the time, because then it kind of makes looking at the Minecraft world a bit weird. Let's see, we're going to torch this up here real quick, and then if we fall down, we should be able to torch off other spots. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, we just gotta be careful, since there's also an enchanted armor guy down here somewhere. Alright, let's just start placing torches like crazy to help myself out here. Just try to get rid of all the spawning capabilities, pretty much. Okay, I like to think that I did a decent job so far. Ow, can I eat first, please? I believe that that's gonna be a spawner somewhere nearby. Hearing a little bit one too many spoders. Hopefully I get some mob heads out of this, because I am fighting quite a bit of enemies. It sounds like they're kind of just like right above me or nearby in a different direction. I'm not entirely sure. Well, I guess that means I found this spot. Alright, that is a poisonous one. No mob head? Dang it. One of the main things I'm looking for is hopefully a minecart chest. I'm 1000% going to get lost down here. This is one of those things where it's like, I think I know what I'm doing and where I'm going, and then later on I stumble upon just getting lost. This is a huge abandoned mine shaft, and I'm not even stopping to mine anything either, and I would really like to have all these rails, since they're basically free rails that I don't have to worry about crafting later on my own. Ooh-wee, this is gonna be something to explore off camera, let me tell you. I'm gonna have to be doing so much. I might even just turn this into a live stream, honestly, with how much there is to explore of these type of areas and whatnot. Alright, this is an interesting spot. I want to know where this leads to. It just keeps going, dude. Why is there so much? I mean, this is nice for cobweb if I wanted to make like a creepy or horror type of build or something, this definitely enables me to do that, let me tell you. Alright, I don't like this. There's definitely gonna be something up here, I feel like. Oh, that's what I was hearing. It was just a creeper just chilling beneath me. Okay, well, you can just stay down there. I don't mind. It doesn't stop. This is one of the biggest abandoned mine shafts I've ever had the opportunity to explore and witness. It's pretty much used up my entire torch supply. My entire surplus of torches is gone now. Is that another spider spawner? It is. 2 spider spawners. I might have to make 2 different spider farms for early game XP and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not going to go down there right now. I was trying to block it off. Thank you very much. And I guess I'll take this iron with me. I'm surprised I didn't get any mob heads yet, actually. So, a whole bunch of spawners, but that's a 3rd spawner. I need to get out of here for right now, dude. Alright, so there's 3 spider spawners. Didn't even have the option or opportunity to actually deal with getting any of them to go and be all lit up or anything, which is fine. I mean, look at the stuff I still need to light up. This is nuts. I'm also definitely going to try and yoink some of the chains here, too. But anyways, let's go ahead and make a staircase out of here, and then we're definitely turning this into some sort of XP farm later, because 3 spawners all funneling into 1 kill chamber would be insane for XP. It isn't necessarily going to be like the best, most efficient XP farm or anything, probably, but it's gonna be nuts, that's for sure. Alright, do I want to mine anything before we get out of here? I guess we can get some extra pieces of coal, copper, and iron right before we leave. I don't think I've ever ran into an abandoned mine shaft that had that many spawners, genuinely. I think that that would be more of something that would be like in a data pack, or something more like in a mod or something. This is nuts. Also, I think I might have actually updated my mod list a little bit, so I'll go ahead and scroll through it one more time. I think I just removed things that I don't really use or don't really want. So, yeah, just keep that in mind when looking at all these mods here. You can feel free to pause at any point, but those are the mods I use now. I don't have any torches, so I don't really want to go over here. I'll grab this piece of copper, though. How much copper ore do we have? We have a lot of copper, which is good. I gotta say, it is pretty interesting with how popular copper is. Not because of it being like an actual ore, but because of the pure amount of variety and differences in the builds that you can actually make with the ore itself, as long as you turn it into blocks. So it's a popular ore, but purely because copper is a building block, which I definitely want to make some buildings out of copper. I'm probably going to make one of my mega bases out of the copper pieces, or at least it's going to have a more significant presence. All right, let's just go ahead and deal with 1 iron golem. Alright, there we go. Finally dropped that one. And there's 1 iron golem left that I might try to kill real quick. That's 5 and 1. Alrighty, will you be able to climb anything? Yeah, you'll be able to climb up there. It's not even worth it. And if you guys are worried about me transferring my cats over to my tiny home, they will definitely be transferred over at some point. Same with villagers. I'm also going to be making the villager trading hall, getting that transferred over as well at some point. In the meantime, I'm kind of just coming back every once in a while with Joetta, since Joetta has been a significant help for me. I thought there was going to be more things I needed to transfer over, but it looks like I actually transferred over everything. Like I said, the only things that I'm really missing right now at this point are kind of like some extra farm stuff, my villager trading hall thing, my villager breeder. I even put a bed up here in case I needed to come back and sleep. Let's go ahead and take a look at my farm down here and let's see if I grabbed everything. I might have. Wait, this generated above the floor? It's growing. Not fast, but it's growing. And since we don't really need Joetta right now, we're going to go ahead and use the horse instead, since it is a bit faster. All right, Joetta, let me go ahead and take the saddle from you real quick. Thank you, Joetta. Appreciate you. I was planning on doing like a little bit of like some sort of time lapse or something with a tiny home, but it is just a tiny home, so I really didn't feel like there was a reason or a necessity for me showing that entire process. It is tiny and cute, and if anyone gets curious about how I make my builds, I tend to use my building mods such as World Edit and Axiom, and I go into a creative world and I build in there. Then I get a schematic of it using Lightmatica, which is another mod, and then I take the schematic, bring it back into survival, grind the resources, and then use the schematic to place the actual build in survival. Now, I don't think that everyone finds that nearly as impressive as like doing freehand stuff, which I can definitely see. But the thing is that it's just how my brain works and helps me with actually getting things into creation here on Minecraft. So it's the way that I'm going to be continuing to do my builds and whatnot, because I can't do freehand survival for builds. It's just not a possibility for me. My brain doesn't work that way, which is one of the reasons why I really wanted to play more and more Minecraft, so that way I could develop that skill the more that I continue to play the game. Oh yeah, and just to give you guys a little bit of more example, we have my entire farm stash in here too. I think that was like plant life, and then I had an extra plant life one in here just to hold extra plants. Yep. And then over here is my grab this when you go, or grab this when you leave out the house, or something like that. And then I will remind myself to grab a crafting table out of here every once in a while, so that way there's only one in here at a time, one in furnace, one bed, that sort of thing. This is my miscellaneous. We have a lot of different miscellaneous in here. And keep in mind that I do have a bunch of screenshots of a bunch of different areas that I need to go explore. And now that unfortunately includes that giant, massive abandoned mine shaft that I'm going to have to explore. But like I said, all of these exploration projects are going to have to all be done on a stream because of how much there is to explore. And then I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to finish up this right here. This definitely, I don't like the gaps. I want to make sure that this is all flattened out. These floating dirt blocks are here as placeholders just to kind of help me know where the corners are. I might have to change that into something else just to help me out. And then I want to make sure that I do transfer almost everything, if not anything at all, from the church over here, because this is going to be where my starter base area is, or my starting area is. Then I want to set up some farms near the home here. I want to have at least one of every crop growing. I want to get some animals rallied up over here, get them in their own fenced off areas. And I also want to set up the villager breeder, the villager trading system. And then I want to relocate the cats. And then I'm going to start focusing on upgrading all my armor and all my tools. And depending on how crazy I am, I might even get that all done between this video and the next video. But we shall see. And also, I don't have any idea of when I'm streaming just yet at the time of this video. So keep in mind that my stream could be happening sometime. I just don't know when at the time of this video. So keep a lookout on my channel or on my Twitch, because I don't know where I'm streaming yet either. And you might just catch me live, hopefully, one of these days. I also tend to let you guys know what I'm doing in my Discord server, too, so don't forget to check that out as well. Nonetheless, though, that was a bunch of information and a bunch of things that we did today, all in one video. A bunch of things that I was also able to show you guys. I'm really just proud of moving everything over, getting Joetta, having Joetta help me with this tiny home, and this wall of heads, and, of course, the spawn chunk area. But I feel like this progress was so minimal, but also at the same time, a lot. It's weird. Minecraft makes you not really understand time, which in turn kind of makes you appreciate time. I don't know exactly how to put it, but it is pretty nice just to have an actual place I can call home, a place that I built by hand too. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please let me know by leaving comments, likes, and subscribing on this video. It would actually mean the world to me for you to do so, since it does help me push out to the algorithm more here on YouTube. Nonetheless, though, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys did as well, and I can't wait to see all of you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!